This is a Together Adventure podcast.
Welcome to Vale, a land of three neighbouring kingdoms engaged in an uneasy peace treaty. In the east, Riverrun, home to deadly swamps, sodden marshes, and sandy beaches. A lawless paradise for rogues, mercenaries, and merchants. The individual interests of those who live here are kept in check by the Sea Lords, notorious ship captains who rule through bribery, charm, and swift violence. In the west, Grey Manor. Formerly known as Marraine, these forests were once the glory of the Elven nation, but their half-elf descendants have pillaged its natural resources to fuel the rapidly evolving industry of the kingdom. A great walled city, also named Grey Manor, pumps smog and pollutants into the air as their factories create metal monstrosities far more advanced than anything the other kingdoms have invented, all while under the watchful eye of the royal DuPont family and the mysterious Ministerium. And in the south, the gleaming jewel of the dwarves, Ballandur. Sprawling fields and sweeping valleys sit at the foot of a white-stoned mountain range known as the Shattered Mounts. 1,000 years ago, the dwarves dug strongholds into the mountain depths, but now their ancestors live topside. The largest of their cities, Ord, or High Hammer, is carved into the side of the tallest peak, watching over the land and home to the royal family of Ballandur. 20 years ago, Vale was plunged into war after the killing of the young Prince Llewellyn of Ballandur. Accident or not, Llewellyn's older brother Duncan rode to war, swearing vengeance, and was joined by his loyal friends. For 7 seasons, they fought against the armies of Grey Manor and Riverrun. Cities were sacked, ships sunk, and blood spilled on all sides. The war finally came to an end at the Battle of Hag's Hearth, deep in the swamplands in the north, where all 3 sides clashed, and no survivors emerged. Now an age of peace has fallen across the land, but old wounds have a way of festering, and what is buried beneath will always find a way to resurface. As harvest time arrives in Ballandur, we find a new story beginning in the Ballanduran town of Merryforge, a merchant village that borders Riverrun. A young half-orc on the cusp of womanhood packs a large rucksack in her room, ready for the journey to the capital Ord, for the feasting festival, a harvest celebration. Marie, could you please describe your character, Brava Oathbound?
Brava does not have that accent. Brava is a young orc who has sort of reddish brown hair, usually in 2 braids. She's pretty cute. She's like not super strong. She's kind of like the runt of the family a little bit. She has 2 little tuskies coming out in her mouth, lower jaw. I think she would wear kind of like leathery skirt situation happening, but with like pants, I don't know, and kind of like a tied up sort of leather top, but definitely like ability to move and quietly.
Great. Now, Merryforge has its own version of the feasting festival called the Long Table. So one massive table is brought into the middle of the town. The town watch at this time is reinforced. There's always need for extra guards, particularly as the Rivermen of Riverrun are sometimes known to raid during these holidays. The morning of your departure for Ord and for the big true feasting festival, what are you doing in that morning?
I think definitely packing all her stuff. Mm-hmm. So in Brava's mind, so she's going off to Ord with her uncle. Mm-hmm. But in her mind, she wants to go for a long time. So she's making sure to check everything she has, try to get everything together. And then, yes, definitely say some goodbyes, especially to her mother and her 2 brothers, because there's a chance that if things go well for her, she's not coming back for a bit.
Yeah, great. So you are packing everything you have in your room. Now, you live in a house with your mother, who is pretty much the head of the guard of this town. She is what's known as a protector. And so she is all about, what are you up to? What are you doing? Where are you every time of day? Especially you. She knows you slip out and is constantly grabbing you in the middle of being up to no good and drinking while you were too young, or talking to prisoners in the dungeons and yanking you out of there. And you also have your 2 brothers who are rowdy twins, older than you. They love to razz you. They're big boys. What kind of security do you have in your room?
I think she's not necessarily like setting up any security apart from like listening out carefully. I think she's often relies on the ability to tell a quick tale.
I'm going to get you to do a perception roll then as you pack the first roll of our big bite.
14 on the dice and +4, so 18.
On an 18, you clearly hear a conversation between your 2 brothers as one of them says to the other, "Ma's looking for her. Go upstairs and get her. Just bust down the door." And you're aware you're packing more than they expect. You've put everything here. Your room is sparse, and you hear a big boom, boom, boom up the stairs to the 2nd floor towards your door.
Okay.
What do you do in preparation?
Well, I go out the door.
You slip out so that no one can peek in. The smartest thing that you could do here. And you hear, oh, Ma's looking for you. You see that you're the oldest, slightly oldest by 5 seconds twin, Goran, is here. Ma's looking for you. He kind of like goes to peer into your room.
Oi, Goran, all right. Well, what does she want?
She wants to talk to you before you leave, all right?
Of course I am coming down, darling. I'm just packing.
Well, you got to go down and go up. She's in the watchtower.
All right, well, let's go down, shall we?
We're not going to come all the way. We got to do a little perusal around the town. You can see there's a little bit of saliva on his lips. That he's thinking about all the food that's starting to get prepared and brought out to the long table a couple of days in advance. We got defender duties to do, inspections, you know.
You are so predictable, Goran.
Predictable? Well, predict this. And you know when he says that he's about to swing at you. Do you do anything in advance?
Nothing in advance. I just, I'm trying to like duck around behind him and probably do like a sneaky, like tap on his head or something, like a elbow to the head at the back.
I'm going to allow you to do a dexterity saving roll here as it kind of goes to almost grapple you.
All right. I should have 12.
A 12, I'm going to roll his athletics. He's got a +5 to his athletics on the die. It's a 7, it's a 12. You get away from him. You go to hit him on the top of his head, and the 2 of you do this kind of weird, awkward dance. You don't quite make it there as you kind of, get off. I just did it. I just did my wispy hands.
Oh, whatever. Go get your food.
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shut up. Go see Mum.
All right, I'm going.
You head downstairs, and you can see with his entire body in the cold box is your other brother, Little Tusk. We'll see you when you get back from Ord.
Listen, you 2, just be safe, yeah? Have a great day and a great festival.
Look at each other. Little Tusk comes out of the cold box, looks up to Goran, who's at the top of the stairs there, just within his view. They look at each other and they both kind of go, have a good day, have a good trip. Don't get killed on the road.
I won't, as if.
You're heading to the watchtower, which is this old bell tower in the middle of the town, the oldest structure here. It's this big stone building with then a copper bell at the very top that can be hit with this massive hammer to warn of bandits coming. As you head into the watchtower, the bottom floor itself is a guard room where defenders like your brothers gather daily to be given their patrolling routes, and there are maps lining the wall. You walk up the sturdy wooden stairway that winds up the tower, and you emerge at this exposed platform at the very top with these 4 kind of stone pillars in the corners that keep it upright. The view you have up here is expansive. The horizon stretches for miles in all directions. To the south, the White Mountains of the Shattered Mounts, where the capital lies, where you'll be heading today. To the west, sprawling fields. In the north lies the Twixt, a vast and deep lake. And to the east, the shared border with River Run, the swamps and marshes covered with mist and smoke. up here, standing with one of her arms braced against the stone pillars that keep up the roof here, is your mother. She has cropped dark hair, large tusks, rippling muscles that are covered in scars and exposed in a tank top, sort of sleeveless leather vest. And then she has leather pants. But like everyone here in Merry Forge, even though the stones are hard and the ground is hard, she wears no shoes as per the rules of Merry Forge. She's occupied looking up here and doesn't hear you come in.
I might try to like sneak up on her and like just do a sneaky tap on the shoulder.
Do a stealth check for me. Her passive perception is 15.
Okay. Stealth, a 15 roll, and my stealth is +7, so 22.
A 22. You slip around and you tap her, and as she goes to look, you actually slip along the outside around a stone pillar. So if anyone looking up would see you just like swing around the out of the bell tower and around the other side. As you come around the far side, she...
Hello, Mum.
Hello, Brava. Thank you for answering my summons as quick as you could.
Of course, I always come when you call, Mum.
Always?
Yeah?
But never in a timely fashion. Always on Brava time, aren't ya?
Maybe, but I always come, eventually.
Are you packed for your journey?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
Hope you didn't spend all morning on it. It's just a short trip.
Oh, yeah, but I just wanted to make sure I was prepared, you know. It's a big 3-day journey, and Uncle's relying on me.
Yes, well, I'm relying on your uncle. I am hoping to catch him before you leave. Actually, I will escort you down to... How are you travelling again, by the way? Has your uncle told you? Are you taking horses? Are you walking wagons? What's he got sorted out?
He did tell me, but I have to admit I can't remember.
More reason for me to escort you out.
I would appreciate the escort, Mama.
One word of warning.
Yeah?
Be wary of these young men in the capital. They're not like the ones here in Merry Forge that have the smarts to know who your mother is and keep their hands off you.
Okay, sure.
The men in the capital can be impulsive and foolhardy, and I'm aware that I am aware that my daughter is known to be swept up in excitement.
You know what? What will be, will be.
No, Brava, what will be will not be.
Well...
You do live under my roof, and I do not want you coming back with a bun in the oven.
Jesus Christ,
like some
Mum.
baker.
That's not the bloody plan, is it?
That's not the plan, but I know not everything you do is planned ahead. I wouldn't exactly call you a strategic thinker, Brava.
Well...
I would call you an improviser. And I mean that in the worst way.
Improvising is a really important art that I think you should hold at higher esteem, actually. Do you know what? You use improvising every day as a guard, as a protector of the realm. What about in a battle? That's pretty much just improvising, isn't it?
In a battle, I am running through the strategies and plans in my head like a real actor would if they had learned lines.
Okay. I believe that some of the best stories you've told me about your past have been when things go wrong and you've had to, what's the word? Improvise.
Brava, I have not told you my best stories.
Well, why not?
Because they are not appropriate, and it's just another reason for me to talk to your uncle before you are alone with him for a 10-day.
All right. Bet they included Anzi men, though.
If they did, those men no longer have their hands, Brava.
I believe that. I believe that.
You see that she tenses her whole body for a moment here, and her face gets a very strange look on it.
Are you all right? What's wrong?
Do you want to do any roll here or anything like that in this moment?
I think she's like, is she having a stroke or is she...
Great.
Is it that kind of vibe? Like,
do you want to do a medicine check or an insight check?
I do not want to do a medicine check. But does it look like she's actually in physical pain?
It looks like her entire body has gone tense and she looks torn for a moment.
Insight, I suppose. Yeah, to work out what's happening there. 10.
You have no idea what is going on with this woman in this moment. We're going to do a luck roll to see the choice that she makes. Yeah, I'm going to get you to call it. We're going to roll a d20, And Maria's going to call an odds here, whether that's odds or evens, highs or lows. It doesn't really matter because it's all rudimentary and it's all luck.
We'll go odds.
All right. It's an 11 on the die. And so in this moment of being torn, as you look very confused, she relents to her tension and she grabs you by the front of your shirt and pulls you in for a quick one-armed hug and then pushes you away.
Wow, a rare moment of affection from you, Mum.
You are Rowan Annette. Come on, let's go find your uncle.
I love you, Mum, by the way.
Oh, remember what I said.
About the hands you meant. Yeah, I will.
If you were to come back with a bun in the oven, you would still be welcome in my house.
That's good.
But your baby's share of the food will be your share of the food.
All right. Jesus.
Now, across Mary Forge, we find an older man, a human monk, packing for the trip ahead. He hasn't been to Ord for quite some time, and as he packs, going through drawers and cupboards, shelves, and under the bed, he finds different memorabilia. Now, before we go into that, can you please describe Tash Carver?
Tash is a man in the later stages of a midlife crisis. His hair is almost entirely gray. There's some sort of some wisps of darkness down at the very bottom of the base of his scalp. But apart from that, it's thinning. He doesn't look great. He finds he has more of a forehead every day. He's also on the larger side. He is a portly man. He doesn't regularly exercise, but he keeps his mind sharp. And he does some yoga, but he doesn't he does not put his cardio in. Let's put it like that.
What quality of house does he live in? And does he live in a populous area of the town or outside of the town?
Oh, he lives in town. Yeah. He's a carpenter, so he's got a trade. He works. Right now he's in an apron. I think this like worn leather apron with one of those sort of workman's kangaroo pouches in the front where he puts all of his little tools. And yeah, he's going through all of his war memories, and he's packing very, very light. There's not a lot to pack. I get a knife. What the hell? Knife.
You find as you're going through your knife collection that one of your most precious knives is wrapped in a scarf, and as you unwrap it, the smell hits you, the smell of an old friend, the effervescent Etrigan, a bard who traveled with you as one of Llewellyn's men. And this bard used to wear it as disguises, costumes for performances, and he gave it to you during the war when in a particularly cold Maliki, a winter season, when it hit their camp when you were camping in River Run. What is the smell that comes off it that reminds you of Etrigan?
I think sweat. I think you can still smell his sweat. In winter, sometimes you can overdress to stave off the cold, and then you get a bit of a hot flush. And this scarf just smells like him after he's been out in the field all day, or after a particularly rowdy performance. And I think it's the smell that Tash would recognize from hugging. He takes it out and he goes, it's a little raggy, a little worm-eaten, but it's my only scarf. And he puts it on.
Right in the middle of Orong, right in the middle of spring.
Comfortable. No, maybe not.
What does he go to pack next?
Pack that away. He is, his favorite knife is actually his go-to chisel. Mm-hmm. His whole career started in whittling out on the field. He'd whittle like little darts, or he'd run out of ammo and he'd fletch arrows. So I think he's just looking at his carpentry equipment and like an old map of the realm. I'm too old for this.
Your eyes flick up above where you keep your carpentry equipment and that map, and you can see that the one thing that hangs above here, it's a portrait that you look at most days but maybe don't stare at or take in a lot, and it is a portrait of the entire company of Llewellyn's men. It was painted only days before you went on the quest to reclaim the lost crown of Ballandur, which means that this is the last time you were all together, as you know that Soren Dupont, the bastard of Grey Manor, he died. What do you remember of the day this portrait was painted?
I think he remembers agonizing over his clothes and agonizing over what pose he would wear. He's not a especially charismatic guy. And so he just sort of remembers the twins razzing him and Rolf always being very well groomed, very well presented. And I think he's just remembering sort of Corinth, reassuring him that, you know, it's not all about looks, even though this is a portrait. This is about the company. And I look at my younger self and I look at the prince and I go, oh, God, Duncan, hope you're all right. Just take the portrait, fold it up, tuck it in my apron, turn to my bag. There's nothing in it. And just start packing my everyday clothes. And I think he's the kind of guy with just like a lot of pairs of the same outfit.
Mm-hmm. You start packing, emptying your drawers there, and at the bottom, there is a letter in here from someone. Which drawer are you keeping this in as a keepsake?
Is it a romantic letter?
It is a goodbye letter from Prue Brightstar, who was a halfling cleric who visited from distant lands and was unlike anyone you'd ever met.
I think I've made like a memorabilia chest, like a little tiny little chest. It's not got a lock on it or anything, but it does have like a little latch. Open it up, and that's got all of my. And this is probably where I found the knife as well, with the scarf wrapped around it. This is all of my my memories. And I remember Prue when I last saw her. Halfling, right?
Yeah, she left after the war. She went back home. She worshipped the sun dragon, which was a ridiculous notion to everyone here who worshipped the old ways. The idea of like a dragon in general, which is not a creature that exists in this realm aside from her worshipping this creature.
I think Tash found the sun dragon epic. The idea there's a lizard up there and it's just hugging the sun, keeping it from falling down. It's awesome.
What do you think the relationship with Prue was?
I think was Prue quite serious?
No, Prue was like really fun, really jovial, but would then have these intense moments of she is seeing and hearing things that are not in the present day where you are. So she would just tune out all of a sudden and her lips would move soundlessly, and then she would snap back and act like she'd been listening the whole time. But you started to catch she was communing with something a lot.
Whoa. Talking to your dragon. Cool. God, I wish the old ways would talk to me sometimes. I think our vibe was friendly, and I think Tash had a great respect for her beliefs.
The letter, I'm going to get you to do an insight roll with now a bit of time has passed and a bit of reflection as you run your eyes. If you want to read it again, if you wanted to run your eyes over it, you maybe haven't read it in almost a decade.
I think old letters from friends can definitely offer one guidance.
You're going to cast guidance on yourself here.
And it's a good thing I did. Yes, it is a good thing I did. 15.
15 altogether?
15 altogether.
On a 15, on a reread, you get the feeling that Prue wanted a bit more out of this relationship. And with but with some of her wording, it seems to indicate that she thought you weren't ready and you hadn't moved on past someone.
She's right. Maybe I'm still not ready.
Is there a book that Tash is reading? Is he a reader at all?
I think he can barely read. so I think he likes to present himself as a reader. But really, you know, it'll take him months to get through a book. But when he does, he's very proud.
Is there a book that he's been reading for months or even years here?
There is a book about seafaring adventures. It's sort of like a swashbuckler tale that he will reread again and again and again.
You have packed your entire bag and you grab this book as the last thing for the road.
Spine worn to shreds. Like you can see he's like had to apply some kind of gum to the spine to try to like glue it back into place.
And as you move it across the room to your bag, there's a little flutter of movement out of it as your makeshift bookmark, a pressed flower, falls to the ground.
Oh.
And you have a memory of being given this pressed flower by the young Prince Llewellyn.
I think Tash chokes up.
What kind of flower do you think Llewellyn gave you?
I think it was like a dandelion or like a weed, you know, like something that that he would like because it's pretty, but isn't necessarily a pretty flower. Yeah, Tash picks it up and wonders if he should take it on the road or if it would fall apart.
You've had it now for well over 20 years, this flower, and it is long wilted and been your placekeeper. Now your place lost in this book. You pick it up and you get a little faded memory of what does the face look like of this young boy with foppish brown hair. Always wore very silly hats that were fashionable for children at the time that you thought were ridiculous. And then you have a little flash here in Maryforge of a fateful day almost 22 years ago where a caravan of wagons came through. You were patrolling on that day. You get a little flash of a face that looks just like Llewellyn's in very different wear, muddied face, dirtied hands, wrapped in very common cloaks here, eyes locking as you do an inspection as this wagon comes through, pleading eyes, and then a decision to keep your mouth closed as the caravans peel north.
And it's that flash that locks in the fact that the memory of Llewellyn's face will never leave him. And that is the face that he saw every single time he had to kill someone.
Do you take the flower with you?
I'm going to come back to the flower. I'm going to make sure that, like, this is, I think, Tash deciding that he's not done in Maryforge.
Little tiny vase, a little bit of water, drop the withered flower in, leave it by the windowsill to get some sunlight. It's at that point, out with your bag packed, you can see Corinth and Brava making their way into the middle of town. Have you organized transport to Ord?
Horses, classic.
Great. You go out. There is a stable out there. There are 2 stabled horses. You head out, and Corinth and Brava greet you. Corinth greets you with just a slight nod of her head.
Protector?
Brava puts hands on your shoulders. Be good for your uncle. Remember what I told you. Don't do that. Don't bat your eyelids.
I'm always good.
She's always good.
Well, she's always good for you. It means she's bad for me.
I love you, Mama Moo.
Yeah, all right, little baby moo. You, I want a word with you.
All right.
You, prepare the horses, Brava.
All right.
Tash, Carver, you walk with me.
As you say.
You walk around the sort of town square where they're setting up the long table while the horse is being done. What are you doing carrying those old memories around with you, old man?
You know, it's always worth reflecting on what you could have done different.
Reflecting or distracting yourself?
Hey, I'm present. I'm living in the moment.
You better be present, because if an arrow finds my daughter or a blade finds my daughter, I'll be holding you responsible.
I will protect her with my very life. If an arrow flies at her, I will interpose my body in front of the arrow.
You're only saying that because you can catch arrows and throw them back.
I can still do it.
If it's not an arrow, what if it's a blade?
Well, then I'll try to do the thing where you clap around the blade, and it doesn't always work.
Clap around your ears if harm comes to her.
All right. I will accept the clap.
She looks away from you and up the main road that heads to Ord and deeper to the south. I can't help but be reminded of us leaving Maryforge and heading to war.
It's a different time. War's over.
I feel uneasy. Peacetime, it confuses me, and I am constantly surprised by the things that I do and say, like hugging my daughter close before she heads on a trip for 10 days only.
She's grown up into a great kid. Even though she goes gallivanting around, and I know, she can handle herself.
I wish she would just stay home, where I can handle things for her, where I can help her.
Hey, you remember how you were with your ma?
I wanted to be a guard. My daughter does not want to be a guard. That was the difference. I was trained. I was disciplined.
Oh, what? You don't think she's being trained?
I didn't...
Well, you think I'm not teaching her everything I know?
That's what worries me.
Hey, come on. She's got the best mother to instill those sorts of ideals in her, even though she doesn't always seem like it.
The capital is different. I can't keep an eye on her, and she has a wandering eye.
Hey, she's smart. She's smarter than me.
That doesn't amuse me when you are caretaking her for me.
Well, I'm diligent.
Well, Tash, if you see something this time, you say something.
Does not look her in the eye.
Safe travels. We'll keep the hearth burning here. She walks away. You see that this interaction ends with Tash with his head hanging low. Your mother walks away, locks eyes with you, gives you a wave, and then continues on.
Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then go over to Brava like nothing's happened.
Look, she told me to prepare the horses, but I'm not really sure how to do that. So,
Let me show you.
thanks, Uncle Tash.
Do animal handling?
You can do an animal handling. Are you doing anything to help yourself here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're talking to a horse, you gotta put your hands out just so they know you don't got a crop in there, all right? All right, so just hands up. Slow hand onto the muzzle. Let it sniff you.
Are either of you proficient in animal handling?
I'm half proficient because I'm half proficient in
I
everything.
will not allow the help action here, but I will say that there is a bit of guidance happening.
I will provide some guidance to you.
Yeah, so let's roll and add a d4 to that skill check with
Am
the
I
spell
rolling?
guidance. You'll roll, yeah.
Well, I got
What have we got on the die?
26 altogether.
26 altogether.
Yeah, so you just put your... Whoa!
The horse nuzzles you and then gets very close to you, and Tash, you see that the horse gets fully erect.
Well, this is a lot easier than Willoughby.
Yeah, it's an easy horse, that's for sure.
So friendly, so friendly.
He's like nudging you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, all right, not too close.
What's her name?
His...
Oh, his name. What's his name?
Yeah. His name is Buck.
Buck.
As soon as you say the horse's name, it...
Oh, Buck.
Oh, Buck loves you.
Buck love.
Let me see if I got the touch here. I got a 13 on mine.
Your other horse pays no attention to you as she stares at Buck out of the corner of her eyes and then dead eyes Brava with horse jealousy.
Hey, Brava.
Yeah.
Never ever walk behind my one, all right? Don't ever walk behind my one.
Jesus, all right.
We're cool, all right? Hey, calm down. She's all right.
What we do? Are we going?
Yeah, well, I think so. You ready?
I'm ready.
Before we set off, what's your mother told you?
She said watch out for the handsy men.
Goddamn, I was gonna say the exact same thing. She's got a head on her shoulders.
She does.
She does. But hey, you and me, we're gonna have fun, all right? You watch out for the handsy men, but also enjoy yourself. Come on, you're getting out of Maryforge for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time.
I'm excited. I'm excited to maybe meet the royal family.
Oh, yeah. We'll meet the royals. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hey, I ever told you, you and me and your mom, we used to hang out with the prince, well, the king.
Yeah, in the merry band of Lewin men, right?
Llewellyn,
sorry. Llewellyn, yeah.
Put respect on his name.
Oh, of course. It wasn't disrespectful. You just I don't remember things. You know this.
All right, Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. I'll write it down. Okay, Llewellyn. Yeah, Llewellyn. That was that guy, that kid, right? That died, the prince. That's so sad, that story.
We said story, but it's in the past. We're moving on, move along.
Yeah.
Hit the road. I saddle up.
As you saddle up and start to ride out of town, do you do anything with the scarf? Do you keep it fastened around, or do you drop it back behind you?
Clutch it in my fist. Give it one last whiff. You don't got a scarf?
No.
Oh, you gotta have a scarf if you're traveling,
Thanks.
Give it to brother.
The two of you ride out of the town. What is the one thought as you head towards Ord and the feasting festival that goes through your head? I'm going to start with you first, Tash.
My one thought is that I hope that the king is okay. I haven't been in touch with him. And sort of as I think about all my memories of my friends who are dead or gone, I think about the ones who are still here, and I don't know them anymore.
I think she's not like making it a final, like I'm cutting off and never going back. But I think she has a feeling that making this decision to try to find this job or whatever at the palace would maybe cut ties with her mum. She thinks it would cut ties with her mum potentially, or at least she'd need to do a lot of apologising.
And is there someone that you're thinking about as you ride towards the south?
Yes, maybe. What do you want me to say?
It's up to you.
No, I'm not going to say, but there might be.
You think about someone in mind as you ride towards Ord, the capital of Ballandur. Days later, on the eve of the feasting festival, Nora, the wizard's apprentice in Highhammer, the main keep of Ballandur, has gone home to her parents' house for dinner before the big festival the next day. She's gone to do what she always does, catch up with her parents and scour through their scroll and tome collection, as she did as a child here. Right now, you're eating a very kind of respectable, well-made dinner. There is fish, there is salad, there is wine at the table there. You're allowed a little bit, as your parents, Elsbeth and Morrigan, are filled in of your tales of your life inside the keep. What are you telling them here?
I think Nora is telling them about the latest book she's read, maybe that there are a couple of copies at the keep and maybe they could get one for the shop, and telling them all about the latest spell that Voltaire has been having her practice as well, which was probably... she's probably been learning a little bit more about the identify spell.
And your father, as you talk about practicing a spell, is this spell a dangerous spell? And your mother elbows him and I'm sure it's not that dangerous if Voltaire is teaching her and guiding her. Don't listen to your father, dear. He doesn't know much about the practice of wizardry. No, it runs in our blood, not his blood. I'm just being sure.
Well, thank you for the thought, Father, but yes, Mother is right. The identify spell simply would tell me whether or not something was a magical item or if it wasn't, and where that magic comes from and what that started out as.
We do not say simply tell. We know in this house that knowledge is power, all right? Do not forget our house motto, Nora. Do not forget it at all. Ink is stronger than steel.
Quite right. Quite right.
A silence descends at the dinner table as they eat here. And so what are your plans or what are your jobs that you must do at the feasting festival for the castle? Surely shadowing the man as like a good apprentice, following in his stead, taking notes?
Well, ideally, yes. I don't know where he is all the time, but we'll endeavour to follow him tomorrow.
He disappears for some time, does he? How mysterious. The life of a wizard.
Well, we do sleep.
Together?
No. No, separately, which is when I don't see him.
Good. Your father has been like scratches on his plate as your mother says that, and he... Well, we will be going to the Longhouse tomorrow for the festivities, our favourite establishment to dine at, and we think, well, it's going to be another rowdy year. It just gets bigger and bigger, the feasting festival, every year when it comes around. We're there with a couple other friends. Francois Fowl, you know Francois. Yeah, he runs the Silken Silhouette.
That's right.
Lovely, lovely shop. We'll buy your mother a birthday present there. I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that. And you got me another one. I'll act surprised, dear.
Like silence again as Nora just sits there eating like, why do I do this every year? Come back.
Maybe we can get you some robes made before you go to the Presidium. We're very, very excited about this, by the way. We know that you're due to leave soon. You're coming of age. Your apprenticeship under Voltaire will be ending very, very soon. We can get you some silken robes. Francois can make you say very, very good.
That sounds like a lovely idea. I think something in the colours of Grey Manor might work quite well.
Your mother lights up at that. Well, I'm sure that there will actually be better seamstresses and tailors in Grey Manor, so maybe we'll just give you some money to spend there rather than spend it on Francois' goods. He's very good for Ballandur, but it's not Grey Manor quality silk.
Right. Okay. That also sounds like a fine plan, Mother. And I think Nora is thinking more about the books she could spend that money on instead.
The conversation lulls down again with your parents there, and you're able to head down into the store, which is down on the ground floor of this building. Your parents live above it. It's an area that you spent a lot of your childhood in. The air down here is thick with aged parchment. It's got a slight vanilla scent of the candles that your mother prefers. The shop envelops the entire ground floor. It uses the rooms that we hear once for a residential area as ways to categorize their offerings. There are bestiaries in the old parlor, fables and parables in a linen cupboard, recipe books in the kitchen cupboards, framed maps and pressed flora hang on empty spaces on the walls, but there are very few of these empty spaces, with shelves covering most of the space in here. There are then nooks all throughout the shop where perusers can pay a few coppers to sit and read if they can't afford the actual purchasing price of a book. All of this is run by your mother Elsbeth and your father Morrigan. There are armchairs, desks, chase lounges, all arranged with no order and covered in papers yet to be returned to their correct spots. Now, where is your favourite place to read in here?
I think in one of the kind of most narrow corners where she can really be surrounded by the scent of that combination of like vanilla that reminds her of her mum and her home and the books that are around her at the same time.
And what do you wish to read about on this evening?
I think the history of like the harvest time. We're coming into the festival, maybe something about the feasting festival itself, how it started or how it's run in different parts of the land. And maybe whether there's a similar kind of celebration or anything in Grey Manor that I haven't yet read about.
I'm going to get you to do a religion roll.
Sure. Oh, that's a crit fail. That's our first nat one.
Get it out now.
The more you read about the feasting festival in these old sort of tomes, the more you kind of learn, the seasons are the same in Grey Manor, as according to this book, that there is a feasting festival there. It's a universal festival. As you were reading, you're kind of like, like everywhere celebrates this. This is a universal thing. This would be a great thing to talk to my peers about and talk about there. This is a great middle ground that we all share. Shared seasons.
Right. I love that piece of vital and accurate knowledge that I have collected.
As you read, the night wears on, the candle wicks burn low. You're reading about sort of a hero's story and a tale in here, sort of these legendary folk tales there. You've cast aside this dry material about seasons and religion to go back to maybe one of your favorite childhood classics. You're sitting in this corner, the room feels really warm. Your vision goes a little bit blurry, a little bit sleepy. You start to nod slightly as you kind of look at the book, as though an invisible hand is moving them. the letters begin to reform on the page.
Oh, of course this would happen right now.
An E is dragged around, an S drops down and over. They begin to arrange into new meanings here. The phrase you're looking at, tall trees hum, and flames rise as heroes march, destined to meet their eternal call, goes to become a new phrase. Now, this is a phenomenon that's happened to you before as you've been embracing your magical side. So, mostly in the past couple years, where you'll be walking on a street and a tavern sign will suddenly rearrange into a message for you. And you don't quite know the origin of it, if it's just a part of your innate wizardry that's woken up in here. How do you feel about this rearranging that occurs?
I think Nora really dislikes it when this happens. It's so illogical. It doesn't make sense. It's in none. She's certainly tried to research it, and there's nothing about this being connected to the study of magic at all. And it scares her a little bit. Every time it happens, she tries to blink her eyes, tries to close her eyes away, but every time when she opens it, the message is always there.
Do you go to close the book and just get rid of it on this evening?
No, I think her curiosity wins out each time. She still looks. It's one of those situations where you want to look away, but you just can't.
You see a couple of words appear. Promised, marble, hammer. It draws you in, taking your focus. Everything else melts away. The crackle of candles, the sound of the preparations outside of the feasting festival to come tomorrow. All you can kind of hear is your own heartbeat as you read the phrase, an anagram of what was before. When the promised hunger comes to Hammer Hall, the great city of marble is destined to fall. And then your senses snap back as you hear, your mother stands across the room staring at you, clutching a thin box with an old ribbon tied around it. I didn't mean to disturb your readings, Nora.
Oh, it's a particularly good part of the book. The prince, and it doesn't matter.
I remember it well. I read it to you many times when you were a girl.
Yeah, it's a favourite.
She comes and she sits at the end of the chase lounge that is shoved in this nook here. Ignore your father's worries. Magic, wizardry, the Presidium. He left all that behind when he came on his opportunity for learning to Ballandor. He loves this city. He loves these people, so much so that he has forgotten his own. He counts himself a citizen of Ballandor more than he does a proud citizen of Grey Manor. And I know I didn't grow up there like he did, and there are things he doesn't like in that city, but it is something to be proud of, our heritage there. And she takes your hand and you should be proud to be the one to take our family back home after so long. I am so proud of you. To have a gift like your great-great-great-grandmother. You look worried, Nora.
Oh, I just, it's fine. I don't know what I'll find there, I guess.
People like you. And there is one thing that you might find there. And she gives you the box.
Can I open it?
She nods, unwrap the ribbon, open the box, and on lush velvet sits a golden key, the bow of which at the end is in the shape of your mother's family crest. 2 quill feathers that cross and become sword blades that then meet the key end.
Mother, this is beautiful.
This is all we have of our time in Grey Manor. No one knows what it opens. I always believed as a young girl that it would open an opulent manor, our home in the city that we could reclaim once more, and I thought that I would be the one to go home. But I am thrilled that it could happen in my lifetime with my daughter.
Well, I'll find out what it opens.
She places a hand on your shoulder and there are great things in store for you in your life, Nora. I knew it from when you were inside the womb. You were destined for something more than this place, which has been kind to us and opened its door to us, but it is not our place.
I'll find our place again.
She kisses you on the forehead. She stands and goes to leave.
I think I stand up too and I just say, good night, Mother.
My heart is very full, Nora. And she heads upstairs. The very next morning, before dawn breaks, we leave the city of Ord and head out to the Shady Valley. We head to the Pigfoot Pig Farm. Before light has even crept into the valley, it is becoming that sort of light blue of night. Just before dawn, you awaken. The small farmhouse that you live in whistles and creaks in the wind. It seems that every second day lately, a new floorboard or windowsill ledge seems to come loose in this house. You slip out of your room on the second story and you hear your brother Percy's thunderous snores, sleeping as heavy as the dead after long days in the pastures. Now you know which floorboards groan underfoot, and you step carefully down the uneven pattern of the stairs. You fetch a cloak, a bow and quiver from where they hang, and as you are leaving out the front door, you see a shadow standing in the pre-door gloom, leaning against the kitchen sink. And your sister, Pippa, is there. She is in a dressing robe. She has a cup of tea early in the morning. Are you taking the horse with you?
You're right, Pippa. Yeah, well, yeah, I was going to, yeah.
It's a very important day, Penny. I would like to take Ned for once. It's a busy time to share my wares. No one wants to come to a seamstress with a dirty hem if I have to walk through the dirt of the valley to get into the city. You always take Ned.
Well, as you said, it is a very important day, and who's going to be cooking this big feast? Not you.
Well, you could go straight to the keep. Now, if you wanted, you're up early enough. You don't have to go gallivanting into the woods like you're about to. I know you're about to. You don't catch any game for the castle.
Yeah, but I could. Like, you know, just one day I'm going to come across like the biggest like beast, and I'm going to take it to the kitchens, and they're all going to be like, Penny, Penny, Penny.
No, they're not, Penny. They're going to slap you on the wrist because you don't know your place. Because you stick your nose, your dirty little nose, everywhere that doesn't belong. Why don't you just do your job and do it well enough?
Yeah, but the difference between you and me is I don't settle for mediocrity.
Do you even know what I do?
Yeah, you like sew pretty little dresses and...
And what do you know about pretty little dresses, you pretty little pig?
Oh, well, I mean, not much, to be honest.
Exactly, so how do you know that I'm not good at it? I'm very good at it.
I didn't say you weren't good at
You said I
it.
settled for mediocrity.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, stick to your place, don't rise above it, don't, try.
I didn't say that. I said stick to your job. You can be very good at your job. I'm very good at my job. And you stick to gathering mushrooms and picking herbs out of the dirt where you belong.
That's just rude.
Ma and Pa never intended us to stay in this place. They wanted better for us.
Maybe I'm trying as well, all right?
I would like to please borrow Ned today.
Have you made your breakfast? Is that a plate right next to you?
It's not a plate. It's an empty plate.
Oh, have you already eaten it?
No, I'm about to
You big pig.
I was going to offer to make you some breakfast, but if that's a no, that's a
no.
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 No, you can't. No.
No, we're all pigs. Look, fine. All right, if you make me some breakfast, maybe today you can take Ned.
I will have breakfast ready when you come back from whatever trip you're making off into the Thistlewood.
Yeah, all right, deal.
Fine. Go then, hurry up.
See you soon.
You head out to the Thistlewood. Now, it smells sweetly of damp moss and blooming wildflowers. You leave behind the farmland. It's a little wood interspersed throughout the farming area here as a river runs through it. Sunlight dances playfully through a shady forest canopy. The floor is carpeted in soft moss and luscious grass. It sways softly in the wind. It is still very early. Dawn is starting to crest by the time you get here. The trees here grow strong and tall, sturdy shelter for the woodland creatures that call these woods their home. I'm going to get you to do a survival check to see if you can track a creature. Now, bringing game to the castle is not your job. You are not a hunter, you are a gatherer. You are hoping to grow to be a hunter. There is an existing hunter who already works there. Are you hoping on this day of great feasting to step on his toes and bring something that will get you recognized?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do a survival check for me, please.
Oh. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And 11. Now you pick up tracks for a boar or even a deep roth, something that would be well received, but not super impressive. Do you want to spend more time in here, maybe let the morning get away from you a little bit to try to find something even better?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you roll that with advantage then.
Nice. 19.
On a 19, you are disregarding the boar and the deep roth, and you find the tracks of something that has slipped by a rocky outcropping. It seems solid here, but these tracks seem to slip through a little hitherto unseen passageway. You poke your head down. From almost every angle, this passageway is obscured that leads kind of down into the woods here, down embankment, slippery. You've never seen this area of the Thistlewood before. Do you slip down here?
Yeah.
You wander down, squeezing through stone. There is thin gap above you of forest canopy, but you feel claustrophobic down here. You feel trapped. You know that no one would probably ever find you if you got spotted here. I'm going to get you to do a perception check for me, though.
8.
On an 8, you feel an unevenness to the stone. You see scratches in the stone itself, but nothing that you can actually make out. The light is too dim in here. And you eventually squeeze and pop out into a small clearing, a glade, the little lake. And across the lake, you see that there is the largest elk you've ever seen, head bowed, drinking from the water.
There's nothing about elks being protected or anything that I know about.
Do a nature roll for me.
Because the last thing I want to do. Come on. 8, 9, 10, 11.
You look at its rich, tawny chestnut coat. It's got a large set of bone-white antlers draped with moss. You rack your brain to know protected, omen, anything like that, and nothing comes to you. You think, hey, it's game, so it's game.
All right, well, I'm going to reach for an arrow.
Yep. You knock it in your short bow. It is unsuspecting of you. I'm going to get you to roll an attack with an advantage here as you have surprise.
I'm going to also cast Hunter's Mark.
You cast Hunter's Mark on this creature here. You're going to get bonuses on it there. You deal an extra d6 of force damage whenever you hit it. You also have advantage on any wisdom checks you make to find it, but you've already found it here. So you're just going to deal a bit of extra damage here to this elk. So roll with advantage your attack now.
16.
A 16 is going to hit.
Great.
It's very easily going to hit an animal that has no armor on it. So I'm going to get you to roll your damage. You've got that extra d6 from Hunter's Mark.
Perfect. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And on an 11, this elk is hit and it drops. It hits the ground.
All right. Well, I'm going to, rush over to it.
You rush over to it. It is unevenly breathing as it... and its eyes kind of looking distant. And as you come into its view, its eye kind of focuses on you for a moment there.
Have I hunted, probably not a beast of this size before, but I've hunted before.
You have nothing of this size. Yeah. This elk is larger than any deer you have ever seen.
Oh, do I want to cast speak with animal? Will that be horrible?
the time.
It's looking at me weirdly. I should put it out of its misery, shouldn't I?
Are you casting Speak with Animals or putting it out of its misery?
Cast speak with animals.
You cast Speak with Animals.
Yes.
In your mind, you hear it say, when the promised hunger comes to Hammer Hall, the great city of marble is destined to fall, and the beast dies. And our story will continue next time.
Can I get any words from the Matrix as well?
I'll sing you a song.
All right, that's it for today's session. We'll be back next time with the very first session of our Dungeons and Dragons adventure, taking place just after this little prequel, only hours later at the Feasting Festival. Don't forget to keep an eye out for our behind-the-screen episodes where we pull back the curtain and get crunchy with rules and player tips. Until then, consider this your reminder to call your mates and play some games. This has been Together Adventure. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Together adventure.